What's up, guys? This is Congo. We're back for DreamHack Day 3. I'm joined by EternaLEnVy, who just won. This is the first semifinal against Empire. Pretty relieved, I think. Are you?
We're relieved, but I'm not too happy yet because I don't want to be too content because the finals is our big game.
Definitely. Let's talk about the games a little bit. In the first game, you had a pretty solid pick, had the Void against the Sven. And also, pulling Venomancer again on bottom lane. Do you think you got outlaned by Empire there?
We wanted them to safe lane with their strategy, but we expected a Scandal middle with Bat. But then after the end of the picks, we were like, oh, there's no way they're doing that. But we didn't want to put a Veno top with Lina and Void, because if we lost the tri-lane against tri-lane and Bounty Hunter gets destroyed by Funnick, which happened, then we would have lost the game because Mag loses to TA mid as well. But with this strategy, even though we lost all 3 lanes, because of the Ancient stacking, the Void with Magmus combo with the cleave, then power on the Void, you can kill the Ancients and come back into the game even if you fall really, really behind the beginning.
Yeah, stacking is something that really kind of defines your team. Do you think other teams don't do this enough?
I think other teams don't do this enough. Some teams have plans like, oh, we're gonna stack this game, and then like with Dragon Knight or Sven or whatever, and they stack a lot. But unless they have it in their game plan, they don't. It's not natural to them. For me, it's natural. If I see an opportunity to do it, regardless of my strategy, I'm gonna do it.
Do you think this is actually something that could come back to haunt you, like when Empire against aggressive teams who are often roaming in the jungle, if they catch you off guard, they can easily pick off one of these stacks, and you suddenly could get in a big disadvantage. Is that ever worrisome for you?
Well, I think Funnick actually killed a triple stack at our safe camp and with Batrider. But I mean, that's the risk you gotta take. The reward is really high from stacking. Yeah.
There was a situation where Empire cleared Roshan in the first game, and then they would immediately go up the choke and farm your stacked Ancient spot, and this is a moment where you caught them off guard. Do you think Empire played too risky, were a bit off their game?
I think, I wouldn't say they choked, but I think they got too into the moment. Once they saw our stacks, they were like, oh yeah, we can take the stack, but the stack was like 6-7 stacks. There's no way you can take it. Maybe if they hit it once and it backed off to provoke us into coming in, they might have won the fight, because the fight was pretty close, I remember. But because I got a double or triple Gale off on their Sven and their TA, 2 heroes that even if they BKB, if they get hit by the Gale, they can't move anymore. Yeah, they got kited really heavily, and I think Scandal had 1/3 of his HP from attacking the stack, and Sven had 1/2, so it was a really bad fight for him. They gave us 4 kills of track.
And yeah, later on in the first game, the team fights pretty much all went in your favor, because due to the Mag, the Void, that's just a bit too much more power over a Sven. When you picked this lineup, did you rely on securing it late game with your amazing teamfight presence and the farmed Void?
Yes, but it wasn't just the farm Void. The Bounty Hunter, I think the Bounty Hunter was the reason for DPS in teamfights. He got a really early Abyssal Blade, a really early Vlad, and he carried us to the end. I think at the end, the Void had a little bit more GPM, but in the mid game, the Bounty Hunter was the highest farmed hero on the map.
What can people do to pick off this Void? It proved to be a pretty handy pick against the Sven, which was the prime carry, which seems to be the prime carry in Dota at the moment. How can people counter this Void?
I think that's the wrong question here, because like Void kind of counters Sven, but I wouldn't. Void isn't imbalanced. The imbalanced hero is still Sven. If Sven popped the Warcry before the Chronos and he gets a little bit more armor, a little bit more HP, we're not gonna kill him in time. There was this one fight, I think at bottom, where we were 5 vs 1 against Sven with like 200 HP and he one-shot at me. So like the counter wasn't the Void itself alone. It was also the Bounty Hunter. He had Abyssal Blade. We had Sheepsticks. We had Heaven's Hellberg. We had Evasion. It was the combined effort of everybody that kept down the Sven.
Definitely. Then let's go into the second game, where Empire basically went out on a limb. Very adventurous draft by them, and their first 2 picks were a bit very out of the meta basically. as opposed to common first picks like Magnus, Bounty, and stuff. Do you think they were just overhyped and played too risky and just wanted to force things?
You mean what do I think about the picking stage, or?
Yeah, what do you think about their lineup? Was it was just too hectic, too aggressive?
I need to think about what happened during that game. The thing is, like, we didn't play standard. What I did middle was, I think, the first time anyone's ever done that with the Rubik, cutting the trees and pulling. I can't really judge the strategy. How we played normal, I don't know how it would have went, but we did some really weird stuff. And like, part of Empire's strategy is to have a farmed Scandal. He's a really good player, and they expect him to do pretty well middle, even against pulls. But the pulls we did were ridiculous. We pulled so many times, we killed him. He was level 5 when our mag was 8 or 9. And without a farm DP and a push strat, it's not gonna work.
Throughout the entire tournament, we've noticed you taking a lot of notes in your book. Is that Are you that engaged? Are you focused to provide good lineups for your team? And how important is taking notes for you?
Taking notes for picks and bans and playstyles is extremely important. Except for the last game, almost every other game, like the last game against Empire, almost every other game, I called all their bans, all their picks for at least the first phase. And even if I'm wrong about one pick or one ban, I usually can, like, I go like, oh, they're gonna ban this or this, and based on what they ban, I have another option, and it helps me pick really fast. Against AL, I think I speed picked zero bonus time, 0 seconds, like every pick for like 5 picks straight. It confuses your opponent. It's really useful.
When other teams do this, they only note the bans and picks. Do you have anything more to add in your notes, or is it for you just the bans and picks as well?
I don't want to go too into it, but I try to add as much as possible.
Say if it's more than bans and picks.
Right now, not. Sometimes yes, not always. Usually, sometimes I can't write anymore because, let's say a team only plays Sentinel once. I can't base everything off that one game because what if they play Sentinel a different game, and it's completely different. So unless I get like multiple games of the same side, I can't judge too much, or else I might trick myself.
Coming you to personally, lastly, some people have gotten to know you via your Team Liquid thread, where you basically announced that you would like to move to Europe to give Dota 2 a full try, and you said you moved it to April now. How serious are your plans?
I'm extremely serious about all my plans towards Dota 2. I really want to win TI3. I think this team really wants to win TI3. We spend a lot of time every day practicing. Like, the problem with Europe right now is that we don't find teams to scrim against, but we try every day to find scrims. And even if we can't find scrims, we practice one-on-ones. We do a lot of single-player practice, fairy crafting, arguing with each other. We do plan on maybe having a gaming house, something like that. And like, they all live in Sweden, so I'm not gonna tell them to come to Canada. If I have to go to Sweden, I will.
Yeah, right now is training difficult with your team? Do the schedules conflict a lot?
I pretend to be Swedish. I wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. every day. Except that kind of fucked me over for DreamHack. My sleep schedule is really bad right now. I slept like 7 hours in the last 4 days, but I drank like 20 Diet Cokes. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, looking at the other semi-final, who do you think has the better chances of winning here?
I think EG is gonna stomp Fnatic 2-0 really quick.
Oh, interesting. And is EG your preferred opponent in the final as well?
My preferred opponent for the finals was actually Na'Vi, because had it been Na'Vi, we would have beaten EG in the group stages, Empire, then Na'Vi, which is a really big accomplishment. But right now, yes, is EG, because beating them, the team that beat Na'Vi, is an accomplishment.
And I think this match is going to start soon, so I'm going to let you watch it. Do you have any final shoutouts to give?
Shout out to all my dedicated viewers for my stream. Shout out to the Furious Noob. Shout out to Clark Gould. That guy likes Dota now apparently, so yeah, that's it.
Thank you.